We're in Jackson Hole with economist Susan Collins, who actually had the privilege of kicking things off today ahead of Fed Chairman Ben Bernanke's speech. What do you think the major takeaway is in terms of QE3? Are we inching closer to that now?
Yes, I think that we are. I think that not only are we inching closer to some additional expansionary policies from the Fed, but I also think we're inching closer to a different way of the Fed talking about that. And in particular, I was really struck by the final remarks that the chairman made in terms of the concern about the grave unemployment situation. Those are really strong words, and that is what he chose to end his remarks with.
And interesting, too, almost a sense of frustration that the level is stubbornly high and might be for a while.
I think that's exactly right. And I think that that's especially important if you think about the Fed's dual mandate. They have been incredibly successful in terms of the inflation stability, and they are convincing markets going forward for as far as 10 years ahead, but much, much less clear impact in terms of unemployment, not just the overall rate, but the many families who have long-term unemployment that they're grappling with.
Do you think there's a sense of some political heat? Obviously, the Republicans have been talking about this dual mandate, and we know Mitt Romney's feelings about Ben Bernanke.
Well, I think that in this pre-election season, anything the Fed does is going to be wrapped up in some side seeing it politically. The dual mandate of the Fed is clear, and I think that is what should get primacy. But certainly whatever they do will, by one side or the other, be interpreted as political.
Can the Fed do anything before the election in terms of QE3?
I think they can, not only in terms of additional easing, but I think perhaps most importantly in terms of talking about explicitly what they're trying to accomplish and not just giving a date.
In terms of timing, is that possibly September?
It is possibly September. There's a lot
Do you think
of
that's likely?
I think it's more likely than before the remarks that we heard this morning.